Good afternoon, everyone. We welcome you to Champlin Field at the Shilkey Complex in Fremont, Nebraska, as we get set to bring you a doubleheader of Great Plains Athletic Conference softball on MidlandAthletics.com and BSDN Live. Hi, everyone. I'm Rich Ray. Today, the Midland Warriors will host the Dakota Wesleyan University Tigers, who are from Mitchell, South Dakota. Midland entered today's contest with a record of 29-4, and the Warriors are riding a 12-game winning streak after sweeping Morningside on Monday night. In Game 1 of that doubleheader, Aaliyah Rincon threw a perfect game with 5 strikeouts. It was her second perfect game of her career as a Warrior, with a 14 strikeout performance last year at Nebraska Wesleyan in a perfecto. Game 2 saw plenty of excitement against Morningside, as well as the Warriors' 2-run lead was negated by Morningside, who tied the game in the 5th inning. But Rincon came on to quiet the rally attempt. She struck out the final 3 batters in a relief appearance in the top of the 7th, and in the bottom of the 7th, Ronnie Foote came through with a 1-out walk-off single that scored Emily Pry. Dakota Wesleyan enters today's contest with a record of 13-20 and 2-8 in conference play. The Tigers, who are led by second-year head coach Tommy Downs, have dropped 4 of their last 6 games in April. In their last 2 doubleheaders, they've split, with Morningside losing 13-5 but picking up a 7-6 victory, and then a split with Briar Cliff, a 5-4 win and an 11-5 loss, and those games were in Mitchell. Today's games will be the first away from Mitchell for Dakota Wesleyan since they lost both games at Northwestern on March the 29th. Utility player for Dakota Wesleyan, McKinley Mole, has been a big piece for the Tigers in her 3rd year. She's a 2-time All-GPAC selection, first team in 2023, second team in 2022. And she's currently leading Dakota Wesleyan in hits with 35 and a batting average of .376, while ranking second in RBIs with 18 and home runs with 4. Primarily, Mole has played shortstop this season, but has recently been bumped to the leadoff position in the batting order. Several Warriors are among the statistical leaders in the GPAC as conference play nears its halfway point. Ronnie Foote with a .464 average is the league leader in batting average, while Emily Pry at .429 is in 4th. Foote with 40 RBIs ranks second in the league, while Amanda Schmatter with 33 is 3rd on that list, both in the top 5 in home runs. Ronnie Foote is second with 5, while Amanda Schmatter is tied for 4th with 4 homers. And in the circle, Aaliyah Rincon is tops in the conference. 17 wins, 140 strikeouts. She's 5th in the league in ERA at 1.15. Now, with the GPAC schedule nearing its halfway point, Midland and Northwestern are tied atop the standings at 8-0. The 2 teams are also ranked in the NAIA coaches poll, the Warriors coming in ranked number 13 and the Red Raiders are ranked number 11. Following them in the pecking order is Dordt at 5-1 in 3rd place, followed by Jamestown 6-4, and also Morningside at 6-4. Those 2 teams are tied for 4th. Now, if the regular season ended today, the final 3 teams in the conference tournament would be Mount Marty, who's 5-5, Doane, who's 4-4, and Briar Cliff, who is 3-5. The top 2 teams at the end of the season will host a 4-team pod, with the winners advancing to the GPAC Championship Series. So after today's doubleheader with Dakota Wesleyan, the Warriors will be hosting Jamestown at 1 o'clock tomorrow, right back here at Champlin Field at the Shilkey Complex. It'll be senior day for the Warriors as they honor the 2024 graduating class between games. Those 12 seniors are Tori Baker, Ronnie Foote, Olivia Gardier, Hallie Meyer, Mia Orduña, Emily Pry, Maddie Reiling, Aaliyah Rincon, Michaela Rodriguez, Camille Vestal, and Chloe Wasilewski. So that sets the table for today's contest. Midland and Dakota Wesleyan. So let's go ahead and take a look at starting lineups here in Game 1 for the visiting Dakota Wesleyan University Tigers. 13-20 on the year, 2-8 in conference play. Leading off and playing shortstop is number 8, McKinley Mole. Batting second and playing center field, number 21, Alyssa Burke. Batting third in left field, number 1, Peyton Bagley. Batting 4th at third base, number 33, Nora Nelson. Batting 5th, the designated player, number 19, is Haley Kiefer. Batting 6th, then playing right field, number 16, Brianna Dawson. Batting 7th, playing first base, is number 5, Jaden Warner. Batting 8th at second base, number 26, Monique Gomez. Batting 9th and doing the catching, number 13, Reagan Grossi. For Dakota Wesleyan, Mole, Burke, Bagley, Nelson, Kiefer, Dawson, Warner, Gomez, and Grossi. In the circle for Dakota Wesleyan will be number 18, Kirsten Kirchhoff. Kirchhoff in the circle for Dakota Wesleyan. Midland comes in 29-4, 8-0 in conference play. Leading off and playing center field, number 4, Emily Pry. Batting second and played first base, number 20, Reese Floro. Batting third at third base, number 32, Ronnie Foote. Batting 4th and doing the catching is number 12, Amanda Schmatter. Batting 5th is the designated player, number 23, Asia Henderson. Batting 6th and playing shortstop, number 2, Maddie Reiling. Batting 7th at second base is number 14, Mia Orduña. Batting 8th at right field, number 31, Hallie Meyer. And batting 9th and playing left field is number 3, Ariana Crofton. For Midland, it's Pry, Floro, Foot, Schmatter, Henderson, Riley, Orduña, Meyer, and Crofton. And in the circle for Midland will be number 10, Aaliyah Rincon. Those are the starting lineups. National anthem in just a moment on MidlandAthletics.com and BSDN Live. Midland and Dakota Wesleyan getting set for a GPAC softball doubleheader. At this time, we're going to pause for the national anthem. The Star-Step Angle banner or national anthem here at Chaplin Field. First pitch is coming up next on MidlandAthletics.com and BSDN Live. Back at Chaplin Field at the Shilkey Complex in Fremont, Nebraska. Rich Ray with you today. Doubleheader, GPAC softball, Midland and Dakota Wesleyan. Setting the defense for the Midland Warriors here in Game 1 in left field is Ariana Crofton. And center field, Emily Pry. And in right field is Hallie Meyer. At third base, Ronnie Foote. At shortstop, Maddie Riley. At second base, Mia Orduña. At first base, Reese Floro. Doing the catching is Amanda Schmaderer. And in the circle is Aaliyah Rincon. Rincon enters this contest 17-3, a 1.15 ERA, making her 21st appearance, her 19th start. She's got 17 complete games, 5 shutouts, 121 and one-third innings pitched, giving up 58 hits, 20 runs, 20 earned, struck out 140 and walked 20. Aaliyah Rincon will face McKinley Mole as we'll get things underway. First pitch of today's contest is up high for a ball one. And our first pitch is 2:57 p.m., so we're 3 minutes early. Sunshine, 64 degrees in Fremont this afternoon. and just a light breeze, which is blowing in from left center. The 1-0 swung on a missed. Count evens. It's now 1 ball and 1 strike to McKinley Mole. Midland in the dark blue, and Dakota Wesleyan is in the lighter of the two blue colors. 1-1 pitch, swung on a foul back. The count on Mole now 1 ball and 2 strikes. Out of Grenada Hills, California is Alea Rincon, 5'4" senior. McKinley Mole, junior from Bernal, Utah. Mole batting .376, 4 homers, 18 runs batted in. It's a pitch that's high and away. The count to Mole evens up. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes. 2-2 on McKinley Mole. Beautiful day for softball here in Fremont. Here's the 2-2 pitch. It's high, so Mole pushes the count full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. We'll check how other GPAC softball is going on today as well. Big weekend for the softball race and also for the baseball team as well. They've got 4 games here this weekend. Here's a pitch down and in, ball 4. So after Rincon threw a perfect game the other night, her perfect game gets busted up here on the first batter that she faces here today as she gives up a leadoff walk to McKinley Mole. So now to bring up the center fielder, number 21, Alyssa Burke, senior from Rapid City, South Dakota. She shows bunt and takes a called strike. 1 strike to Burke. Burke's batting .286, no home runs, 10 runs batted in. Rincon's next pitch is going to miss off the corner. And count evens, it's now 1-1. 1 ball and 1 strike to Alyssa Burke. Next offering from Rincon is bunted past the pitching circle. Rincon, her only play will be to second base, but she's able to get the force. Riley taking the throw like a first baseman. And sticking with it was Rincon to get Mole out for the first out. So Mole is retired 1-6 for out number 1. And with 1 down, brings up the 3-hole hitter, left fielder, number 1, Peyton Bagley. Bagley, a junior, also from Rapid City, South Dakota. Fouls this one back. No balls and 1 strike. Rapid City Central High School. That's where Bagley is from. As is Burke, who batted just in front of her. The 0-1. Swung on a miss, strike 2. No balls and 2 strikes here on Peyton Bagley. Runner at first, 1 down. We're in the top of the first inning. Bagley batting .320, 6 home runs and 20 runs batted in. The 0-2 on the way now. That's high. The count now goes to 1 ball and 2 strikes. 1-2 the count here on Peyton Bagley, the left fielder. Rincon ready. Next pitch on the way. Swung on a miss. Strike 3. So Rincon gets her first strike out of the contest. And there are 2 down here in the top of the first inning. So that'll bring the cleanup batter to the plate now. And third baseman number 33, Nora Nelson. Nelson, a senior, also out of Rapid City Central High School. First pitch to Nelson is high. Ball 1. 1 ball and no strikes here to Nelson. Nelson's batting .356. She's got a couple homers and 12 runs batted in on the season. 1-0 pitch on the way. Swung on and fouled back to the net. Count evens, 1-1 here on Nora Nelson. Other GPAC softball action today. Briar Cliff is in Omaha taking on College of St. Mary. Northwestern is in Crete playing Doane. Mount Marty is in Sioux City playing Morningside. Those are all 3 o'clock doubleheaders today. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Swung on a miss for strike 2. 1-2 the count. The other 2 doubleheaders have Dort at Hastings. That gets underway at 4 o'clock. And then Jamestown is in Seward to play Concordia in a 5 o'clock doubleheader this afternoon. 1 ball and 2 strikes here on Nora Nelson. Rincon's next pitch. Swung on and fouled straight back. So the count stays at 1-2. Midland back at home tomorrow against Jamestown on Senior Day. And Dakota Wesleyan will keep traveling to the south. They'll go to Seward and play Concordia in 2 coming up tomorrow afternoon. 1-2 pitch. Check swing, foul ball, back to the right side. And count stays at 1-2. Little breeze, but nothing like it was the other night when Midland played Morningside. Here comes the 1-2 pitch. Swung on, hit high in the air toward left field, hooking, and foul. Up against the side fence down the left side is Crafton. Gave a chase to make sure that it stayed foul. Alyssa Burke is the base runner at first, with 2 down here in the top of the first inning. Rincon working with Schmaderer behind the plate today. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and that's going to end the inning. Although the throw went down with the runner going, that's the 3rd out of the inning regardless. So Nelson strikes out. 2 strikeouts for Aaliyah Rincon in the inning. That does it for the Tigers. No runs, no hits, no errors, and 1 runner left on base. After half inning, no score. Midland coming up when we return on MidlandAthletics.com and BSDN Live. Back at Chaplain Field, we go to the bottom of the first inning. No score between the Midland Warriors and Dakota Wesleyan Tigers. Aaliyah Rincon got around a leadoff walk and struck out a couple of batters and kept the Tigers scoreless. Defensively for Dakota Wesleyan in Game 1 today, in left field is Peyton Bagley. In center field is Alyssa Burke, and over in right field, Brianna Dawson. At third base is Nora Nelson. The shortstop is McKinley Mole. At second base, it's Monique Gomez. The first baseman is Jaden Warner. Behind the plate, Reagan Grossi. And doing the pitching is Kirsten Kirchill. Kirchill in the circle for Dakota Wesleyan. Kirchill, a sophomore out of Mitchell, South Dakota. So she's a hometown product of the Tigers. She's 7-9, 5.89 ERA, making her 23rd appearance, 19th start. She's got 9 complete games, 4 shutouts, and 103 in a third innings, and she'll face Emily Pry. First pitch to Pry misses inside for ball 1. In those 103 and a third innings for Kirchill, she's given up 167 hits, 102 runs, 87 earned, struck out 47, and walked 47. So here's Emily Pry with a 1-ball, no strike count. She swings and taps it to right of the circle. She will sprint to first and beat out the play. Infield single for Emily Pry. She does that consistently. Will make contact just right of the circle. And about the way to try to defend that is bring that second baseman all the way up just to the left of the pitcher. But Pry is on with the infield single and brings up first baseman, number 20, Reese Floro. Floro, the Plattsmouth native, 340 batter on the year. No homers, 23 runs knocked in. She'll take a pitch in there for a called strike. 0-1 to Reese Floro. Emily Pry, 13 for 13 on stolen base attempts this year. That leads the Midland squad in that category. And with that base hit, she was able to increase her .429 batting average as Floro swings and fouls this one off to the left. And the count on Reese Floro now is no balls and 2 strikes. 0-2 to the Midland first baseman. We've got no score. We're in the bottom of the first. Game 1 of 2 today. Midland and the Dakota Wesleyan Tigers. Kirchill checks her wristband. Now brings the pitch home. Off speed outside and low. And the count now 1 ball and 2 strikes. 1-2 to Reese Floro. Well, Warrior fans, if you think the weather today is nice, wait till tomorrow. We're supposed to get up to about 70 for a high today. Tomorrow's going to be in the low 80s. Here's the 1-2 to Floro. She swings and hits this one back up the middle. The second, it's going to be flipped to shortstop for 1. The relay to first is too high. The Tigers do get the lead runner. Fielding at second base was Monique Gomez, and she just flipped it as soon as it was in her glove to Mole. Mole tried to turn it quickly, but the relay throw was too high to first. So Floro is on the fielder's choice. Prize retired 4-6 for out number 1. That's going to bring up third baseman Ronnie Foote, the senior out of Millard South. .464 batting average, 5 home runs, 40 runs batted in. Kirchhoff's first pitch. Foote takes it down low. 1 ball and no strikes to Ronnie Foote. So taking a look at where Midland is in the standings right now. They're tied for first with Northwestern. Northwestern in a doubleheader at Doane today. Want to know the count on Foote. The pitch. Swings, and she pops it foul right side and out of play. The count is even. It is now 1 ball and 1 strike. 1-1 the count. Next pitch on the way. That's high. The count on Foote goes to 2-1. Two balls and 1 strike to the Warrior third baseman. Kirchhoff's next pitch. Foote scoots away from one, but takes it for a strike. The throw to second base goes into center field, but Floro will take second on this swipe bag. So Reese Floro with a stolen base. Her 6th of the year on 6 tries. So a runner in scoring position for Midland. 2 balls, 1 strike to count on Ronnie Foote. 1 out, bottom of the first, no score. Here's the pitch. Foote takes it just off the corner. So the count is now 3 balls and a strike. It's a Dakota Wesleyan team that needs some wins. They're on the outside looking in the conference tournament right now. Sitting in the 10th spot in the conference. This pitch misses, ball 4. So Ronnie Foote will draw a walk. So now Midland has runners at first and second with 1 down. And the cleanup batter coming to the plate now. Catcher, Amanda Schmaderer. Schmaderer's batting .344, 4 homers, 39 runs batted in. Warriors trying to see if they can't come up with a base hit here and take the early lead in the ballgame. Kirchhoff's pitch. Schmaderer takes it in the dirt. 1 ball and no strikes. Backhanded block there by Reagan Grossi behind the plate. One and 0 to Schmaderer. Next pitch. Inside, turned her away and missed her. The count is now 2 balls and no strikes. Grossi's going to go on out and chat with Kirchhoff. We thank you for joining us on MidlandAthletics.com and BSDN Live for Midland University softball. Warriors and the Dakota Wesleyan Tigers today. Other softball action in Omaha. Briarcliff and College of St. Mary are just getting underway. They're in the top of the first inning. As I said, there are 3 doubleheaders. Actually, 4 doubleheaders that are all getting underway here during the 3 o'clock hour. Northwestern at Doane's in the top of the second, no score there. Mount Marty on top of Morningside, 1-0 in the top of the first in their doubleheader. 2 balls, no strikes on Schmaderer. The next pitch. That's in there at the knees, a called strike. So the count 2-1. Not a very quick pace to the start of this ball game. 2-1 here to Schmaderer. Floro's at second, Foote is at first. 2-1 pitch. Swung on and hit in the air. Deep center. Floating back and able to reach up and make the catch is Burke. Going back and having to tag was Floro. As the throw comes in, both runners will advance. So Schmaderer flies out to center field for the second out.
Number 23, Asia Henderson.
So Floro's at third and Foote is at second base. It'll bring up the designated player, number 23, Asia Henderson. Henderson's batting .292. She's got 1 home run, and she's knocked in 3. Strong left-handed batter at the plate, the Wahoo native. First pitch to Henderson. Takes it high, above the hands, ball one. 1 ball and no strikes to Asia Henderson. Emily Pry got on with an infield single and then was forced out at second base. Then Foote drew a walk. Pitch to Henderson. Down low. Oh, a called strike. Wow. Pitch was caught about shoe top high off the left side of the plate. But ruled a strike, so the count now 1-1. Comes the 1-1. Henderson swings, pops it up to the pitcher, and Kirchhoff makes the catch, and that's going to end the inning. So the Warriors threaten in the first, but do not score. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 2 runners left on base. We played 1 inning, no score. Back in a moment on MidlandAthletics.com and BSDN Live. Back at Chaplain Field, Rich Ray with you. 1 inning complete, no score between Midland and Dakota Wesleyan. Both teams stranding at least a base runner in their respective first inning. So we go to the second, and for the Tigers, it's the 5, 6, and 7 batters, Haley Kiefer, Brianna Dawson, and Jaden Warner against Aaliyah Rincon. Rincon in the first inning gave up a leadoff walk, but then induced a fielder's choice and struck out the 3 and 4 batters. Here's Kiefer. First pitch is fouled straight back. No balls and 1 strike on Haley Kiefer. Kiefer Jr. out of Parker, Colorado. Out of Legend High School. 0-1 pitch. That one down low. So the count on Kiefer evens up. It's now 1-1. If the Warriors could win this first game, they'd hit 30 wins on the year. The pitch. Swung on and missed. 1-2 to Kiefer. We anticipate Peyton Kohler will get the start in game 2. It's usually what the Warriors have done so far this year. Rincon usually gets the first one with Kohler the second. Great 1-2 combo for Midland pitching-wise. Here's the 1-2. Called strike 3, inside corner. So Kiefer caught looking, and Rincon struck out the last 3 batters she's faced. 1 down now for the right fielder, number 16, Brianna Dawson. Dawson's a sophomore from LaPorte, Texas. First pitch on the way, and it's high and outside. 1-0 to Brianna Dawson. 371 batter this year. She has knocked in 15 runs. 1 out, nobody on, top of the second. The 1-0. Swung on it, foul back. Count evens up at 1 ball and 1 strike to Dawson. So we'll be back here tomorrow. A little bit earlier start, starting at 1 o'clock tomorrow for the doubleheader against University of Jamestown. 1-1 to count. Next pitch. Swung on and fouled straight back. The count on Brianna Dawson now goes to 1-2. No score. We're in the top of the second inning. Next pitch popped up. Right side. Backing up. Calling for it. And making the catch out at second base for Midland is Mia Orduña for out number 2.
The first baseman, number 5, Jaden.
2 down with nobody on for first baseman number 5, Jaden Warner. Warner, a junior from Sioux Falls, South Dakota, out of Sioux Falls, Washington High School. Warner batting .297, no homers, 16 runs batted in. First pitch misses for a ball. Warrior men's lacrosse team was in action earlier today, hosting Columbia College at Heatham Field. Columbia got the best of the Warriors in that one, 27-1. Here's the 0-1, swung on and foul back. And count evens, it's now 1 ball and 1 strike. Men's lacrosse will wrap up its regular season Sunday. They play in Marshall, Missouri, taking on Missouri Valley College, and then it's off to the KCAC tournament next week. Here comes the 1-1 pitch. And that misses off the corner for a ball. It's now 2 balls and a strike. 2-1 on Jaden Warner. Also tomorrow, flag football tomorrow. Flag football team back at home, taking on Cotty College, 1 o'clock tomorrow at Heatham Field. Here's the 2-1. That's right down the chute for a called strike. So 2 balls and 2 strikes to count on Jaden Warner, and Rincon a pitch away from trying to retire Dakota Wesleyan in order here in the second. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Tapped foul back behind home plate, so we'll do it again. Temporary home for Midland softball this year, Chaplain Field at the Shilkey Complex. And Chaplain Field is 215 all the way around from flagpole, or from foul pole to foul pole. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Swung on and foul back. We'll do it again. This being a Friday, got a nice crowd. See, a lot of Dakota Wesleyan fans have made the trip down from South Dakota today, and as I mentioned, they'll keep traveling after this. Go to Seward for 2 tomorrow. 2-2 pitch to Warner. Swung on and foul back once more. A late afternoon businessman special, if you will, for a 3 o'clock start here on a Friday. For those of you that are at your office at work, thank you for cheating and taking us in when you're supposed to be working. Here comes the 2-2. That misses off the corner, so the count now full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. 3-2 on Jaden Warner, the first baseman. 2 outs, nobody on. We're in the top of the second. No score, the Warriors and the Tigers. Rincon with a 3-2 pitch. Swung on and foul back. Down below us to our left and out of play. Count 3-2. If Warner gets on, we'll see Monique Gomez next. Rincon's got her sign. Here comes. Swung on and foul back again. And over the net and out of play once more. As the count stays full here on Warner at 3 balls and 2 strikes. Rincon ready again. And the 3-2 pitch. Swung on, popped up in play this time, and it will be Rincon that makes the catch in front of home plate for the final out of the inning. Aaliyah Rincon has retired 3 in a row, and that'll do it for the Tigers. 3 up and 3 down in the second inning. Go to the bottom of the second, still no score. This is MidlandAthletics.com and BSDN Live. We go to the bottom of the second, no score between Midland and Dakota Wesleyan. The Warriors will have the 6, 7, and 8 batters at the plate. Maddie Riley, Mia Orduña, and Hallie Meyer against Kirsten Kirchill. Kirchill gave up a hit. And also a fielder's choice and a walk, but got the last 2 outs of the first to keep Midland scoreless. First pitch to Maddie Riley. He's in there for a called strike. 0-1 to Riley, the senior out of Lincoln, who transferred in from Abilene Christian. 0-1 pitch outside. 1-1 the count here on Riley, who's batting .305 on the season. She does have a homer, and she's knocked in 20. It's been a solid shortstop for Midland this 2024 season. Next pitch. A little bit high. Count out 2 balls and 1 strike to Reiling. I guess when you take a look at the last time Midland played against Morningside, specifically that first ball game when Rincon threw a perfect game and had great tempo, just about any game that you watch after that, you feel like the tempo is going to be really slower. The 2-1. Reiling takes it for a strike in the inside corner at the knees. 2-2 the count here on Maddie Reiling. Seems like in the first couple innings here, the Warriors are watching a lot of pitches here from Kirsten Kirchel. Now the 2-2. And Reiling swings and fouls it off to the right side out of play. Count stays evened up. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Reiling, Orduña, and Myers, 6, 7, and 8 in the Midland order. Kurtzel checks her wristband and brings the pitch home. And Reiling chases one and misses, strike 3. First strikeout for Kirsten Kirchel. And 1 down here in the Midland second inning. That's going to bring up the second baseman, number 14, Mia Orduña. Mia, a senior, out of Papillion, La Vista South. Orduña's batting .273. She's knocked in 7 this season. First pitch to Orduña. She swings and hits it right back up the middle into center field. Base hit. Just beyond the outstretched glove of Kirchel on her follow-through and just left of the second base bag on its way to center. So a 1-out single for Mia Orduña gives Midland its second hit of the contest. That'll bring up Hallie Meyer to the plate now, the senior from Millard South. Meyer batting .238. 3 homers, 8 runs batted in. Kirchel ready. First pitch. Going to be grounded toward third. It's a foul ball. It was fielded just wide of the chalk by Nora Nelson. She was going on at second to try to get the force right away. A foul ball to call on Hallie Meyer. So Mia Orduña will trot all the way back to first base. Orduña, 2 for 2 on stolen base attempts this season. Runner at first, 1 down, bottom of the second. No score, Midland and Dakota Wesleyan. Here's the 0-1. Showing bunt and taking the ball will be Meyer. That evens up the count now at 1-1. 1 ball and 1 strike to Hallie Meyer, the right fielder. Kirchel ready. Next pitch. Swung on and popped up. Might be playable. Left side over by the Midland dugout. It's a foul ball. The catcher, Reagan Grossi, was coming over and reaching out to try to make a basket catch at it, but kind of alligator armed at it a little bit. The pitcher was coming over, third baseman coming over. Also, she was dealing with getting close to the fence and couldn't make the play. So the count on Hallie Meyer, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. She swings, hits this one out to second. Flip on over to second base for 1. The relay to first base will not be in time. But a good job to get the lead runner by McKinley Mole over to her teammate Monique Gomez, forcing out Mia Orduña.
Number 3, Ariana Crofton.
So they're now 2 down in the inning, and that'll bring up the 9-hole hitter for the Warriors. Left fielder number 3, Ariana Crofton. Ari, as she's called by a lot of her teammates, 5'7" junior from Elkhorn High. Crofton steps in, batting right at .300 on the year. She's got 11 runs batted in. Here's the pitch. And that's going to catch the outside corner. Runner goes, throw to second, not in time. Stolen base for Hallie Meyer. So Meyer showing how she is fleet of foot, able to swipe second. Meyer with her 8th stolen base on as many attempts this year. 1 strike to count on Ariana Crofton. Next pitch. Misses outside. So count on Crofton, 1 ball and 1 strike. Top of the order, Emily Pry would be next. Runner at second, 2 down, bottom of the first, no score. Midland and Dakota Wesleyan. Kirchel ready. Here it comes. Swung on and slapped to the left side foul. So Kirchhoff gets ahead in the count here. 1 ball and 2 strikes on Ariana Crofton. Crafton steps back in the box. Here's the 1-2. That missed high and away. The throw down to third as Meyer's going to swipe third base. So Hallie Meyer takes second, then takes third. The count evens up, 2 balls and 2 strikes. So Midland being aggressive on the base paths with 2 down. Kirsten Kirchhoff checks over that wristband. Now she knows what to throw. Here's the 2-2. Swung on, slapped down the left side. That'll be a foul ball. So we'll do it again here. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Midland got a couple of base runners in that first inning, but stranded 2 base runners in scoring position. Warriors have a base runner in scoring position again here in the second, with Meyer down at third after swiping second and third. Kirchhoff ready. Next pitch, outside. So Crafton able to get the count pushed full here. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Full count on the Warrior left fielder. Kirchhoff's ready. Here it comes. Swung on and foul back to the net. The count stays full. 3-2 here on Crafton. These 2 teams played a couple times last year as this pitch is fouled down the left side. Crafton keeps battling here. The count full. Kirchhoff's next pitch. Swung on, bounced towards second, knocked down, and everybody's going to be safe. So the Warriors will score on an error by second baseman Monique Gomez. Gomez went to take it off that second hop, but looked like she just closed the glove too early. And Midland able to push across a run. So the Warriors lead 1-0 here in the bottom of the second inning. And he got speed on the bases and speed at the plate. Emily Pry will step in. Emily's 1 for 1 with a infield single back in the first inning. 1-0 the Warriors. First pitch to Pry. She shows bunt, takes the pitch high and inside. So the count 1-0. Going to be a busy day here at the Chaplin Complex. I see some, I think it's high school baseball teams are getting ready for some action a little bit later. Here's the 1-0. Swung on, tapped to the left side, backhanded by Kirchhoff. She'll throw to first, and it's in time to get Pry for the final out of the inning. Kirchhoff lost her mask in the process, fielding that, but was able to make a fine play. But Midland does get on the board, 1 run on 1 hit. There was a costly error, and 1 runner left on base. We're through 2, 1-0 the Warriors on MidlandAthletics.com and BSDN Live. 1-0 Midland with the lead. We go to the top of the third inning. The Warriors able to score an unearned run in the bottom of the second to take the first lead of the contest. And now Aaliyah Rincon will pitch with that lead, and she'll be facing the 8-9-1 batters, Monique Gomez, Reagan Grossi, and then top of the order, McKinley Mole. You're watching Midland Warrior Softball on MidlandAthletics.com and BSDN Live. My name is Rich Ray. Thank you for spending your Friday afternoon with us. Here's Monique Gomez. First pitch from Rincon, swung on and missed. The ball's in one strike. To the Tiger second baseman who'd like to make amends for the error that she committed at last half inning. Gomez, a senior from Santa Maria, California. Gomez batting .294. Swings at this next pitch and fouls it back. 0-2 on Gomez, who has no home runs. She has 2 runs batted in on the season. It's a Dakota Wesleyan team that's hitting at a .311 clip this year. Midland hitting at .334. 0-2 pitch. That just missed, and not by much. I think Rincon and Schmatter wanted it outside a little bit more, but it almost ended up right over the plate. Just missed off the corner. 1-2 to Gomez. Next pitch. Called. Strike 3 on the inside corner at the knees for out number 1. 4 strikeouts now for Aaliyah Rincon. And there's 1 down here in the third.
The catcher, number 13.
6 in a row set down by Rincon. That brings to the plate now catcher, Reagan Grossi. First pitch is swung on and popped up along the infield left side of the diamond. Foot at third base calls for it and makes the catch for out number 1. So quickly 2 down here in the Tiger third inning. Back to the top of the order for Dakota Wesleyan. Shortstop McKinley Mole. Mole quelled any opportunity for Rincon to get another perfect game in the first inning when she drew a leadoff walk. Rincon's first pitch here, swung on a miss, strike 1. No balls in the strike to McKinley Mole. Here's the 0-1. Outside corner, strike 2. So Rincon way ahead here, no balls and 2 strikes. Rincon gets her sign from Schmatter, and the 0-2. Swung on and foul back. The count stays even up. And for the Tigers, they got to find a way to climb their way into the top 8 to make the conference tournament here in 3 weeks. Next pitch. Swung on, popped up, left side of the diamond again. This time Ryland at shortstop calls for it. And she'll make the catch for the final out of the inning. So that'll do it for Dakota Wesleyan as Rincon retires the Tigers in order again. 3 up and 3 down. We're through 2.5. 1-0 Midland on MidlandAthletics.com and BSDN Live. Hope you're enjoying our broadcast of Great Plains Athletic Conference softball this afternoon from Chaplin Field at the Schilke Complex in Fremont. Rich Ray with you. We were going to the bottom of the third. 1-0 Midland with the lead. And the Warriors will have their 2, 3, and 4 batters against Kirsten Kirchel, Reese Floro, Ronnie Foote, and Amanda Schmatter. Floro reached on a fielder's choice in the first and stole second and got stranded at third. First pitch to Floro. At the knees, a called strike. No balls and a strike to Floro. Kirchel through 2 innings has given up 1 run off of 2 hits. That run was unearned in the second inning. Kirchel checks her wristband. Here's the 0-1. That's floating high. Count evens. It's now 1-1. Tommy Downs, head coach of Dakota Wesleyan. Assisted by Travis Walls, Caleb Waldner, Megan Daffern, and A.J. Thomason. 1-1 pitch. And Floral sprays it foul to the left side. 1-2 the count. The Singleton sisters, they run the Midland program. Beth, head coach in her 3rd season. Bobby, an assistant. 1-2 the count here on Reese Floro. Kurtzel taking a lot of time checking her wristband here. Here's the pitch. And caught the outside corner for called strike 3. Floro caught looking. And 2 strikeouts now for Kirsten Kurtzel. And there's 1 down here in the bottom of the 3rd. Brings Ronnie Foote to the plate. Ronnie drew a walk in the 1st inning. Got stranded at second base. First pitch to Foote. Swung on and fouled straight back. 0-1 to the Midland third baseman. If she gets aboard him, well, after her, Amanda Schmaderer will be at the plate. No balls and 1 strike. Next pitch to Foote. She's going to tap it lightly up the third base side. Fielded by Nelson. Throw to first. Not in time. Foote just dribbled it in fair territory, and she had to leg it out and comes up with an infield single. So the Warriors have a base runner with 1 down here in the 3rd inning. That's going to bring up catcher Amanda Schmaderer. Schmaderer is 0 for 1. She flew out to center field her first time. Kurtzel going back to work. The pitch. Schmaderer takes an off-speed pitch at the bottom of the zone for a strike. See if the Warriors adjust a little bit and are able to sit back when Kurtzel spins that off-speeder to the plate because they look very hittable. The 0-1 to Schmaderer. Down low. Foot's taken off, and she's down to second base. It's going to be a stolen base. Foot was off and going on the pitch. So Ronnie Foote in scoring position. Her 13th stolen base this year. She's only been caught once. 1 ball and 1 strike on Schmaderer. Next pitch. High and outside. 2 balls and a strike to the Midland cleanup batter, Amanda Schmaderer. Kurtzel struck out Floro to begin the inning looking, then Foote dribbled a little roller at the third base side and then stole second. Schmaderer takes a pitch inside. And the count now 3 balls and 1 strike on Amanda Schmaderer. 1-0 Midland. We're in the bottom of the 3rd. The Warriors scored an unearned run in the bottom of the 2nd inning. Three and 1 the count. Next pitch on the way. Swung on and grounded back up the middle, knocked down, and Kurtzel will pick it up. She'll go to first to get the out. Foote was able to advance.
Number 23.
That's a good reaction by Kurtzel to knock the ball down and then to accurately get an out on the play. So 2 down with Foote at third base, and it brings to the plate designated player number 23, Asia Henderson. Asia 0 for 1. She popped up to Kurtzel, the pitcher, ending the Warrior first inning. First pitch. Outside corner, a called strike. 0-1 the count. This Dakota Wesleyan team, as I mentioned, on the outside of the top 8 in the conference, trying to get into conference play. Tomorrow, Jamestown comes in. Jamestown sitting 4th in the league. 1 strike the count here on Henderson. Next pitch. Dips low. Count now 1-1. That off-speed pitch comes. You know, for the Warriors, it's very difficult when you see that off-speed pitch not be out on your front foot to stay back and wait for it. And Asia stayed back and didn't lunge at one out of the zone. This pitch, pretty much similar to the one before, misses. And it's now 2 balls and a strike. 2-1 to Asia Henderson, the designated player. Ronnie Foote down at third base with 2 outs in the inning. Next pitch. Henderson takes it high. And now Asia is ahead in the count 3-1. Midland's played 8 games at home this year, and they've won all 8 of them. Three balls, 1 strike on Asia Henderson. Next pitch. Asia takes it at the knees for strike 2. Looked like she was looking the entire way there. So now the count goes full. Maddie Riling, she's standing on deck. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Here's the next pitch. Henderson swings and hits it on the ground to short. Mull's got it over to first, and that will retire the side. So Midland gets another base runner in scoring position, but unable to score. No runs. 1 hit, no errors, 1 runner left. 3 innings complete at Chaplin Field. Is 1-0 the Warriors on MidlandAthletics.com and BSDN Live. We work our way to the top of the 4th inning at Chaplin Field at the Schilke Complex in Fremont. It's a 1-0 Midland University lead in their first of 2 ball games today of the Great Plains Athletic Conference softball schedule. The Tigers will have their 2, 3, and 4 batters coming to the plate. Alyssa Burke, Peyton Bagley, and Nora Nelson against Leah Rincon. Rincon has worked 3 innings, and she has struck out 4. She's retired the last 8 batters that she's faced. Here's Burke, who reached on a fielder's choice in the first inning. She's out in front, and the slap hitter swings and misses for strike 1. No balls and a strike to Alyssa Burke. Rincon's next offering. That's in there. Called strike. So the count now 0-2. Top of the 4th inning in Omaha. Briarcliff leading College of St. Mary in softball action 1-0. Rincon ready to deliver an 0-2 pitch. Slapped behind the pitcher's circle, and that's going to be a base hit. Riley had to come up to try to get to it, and then it hit the dirt and scored it away from her. And even if she did field it cleanly, that was going to be tough to get Alyssa Burke. So Burke with an infield single gives the Tigers their first hit of the contest. Runner at first with nobody out now for the left fielder, number 1, Peyton Bagley. Bagley 0 for 1. She struck out swinging her first time. First pitch from Rincon, high and away for a ball. 1 ball and no strikes. Top of the 4th inning in Crete, Northwestern leading Doane 2-0. Top of the 4th inning in Sioux City, Mount Marty and Morningside are all tied up at 3 apiece. Those are the GPAC softball doubleheaders taking place at this time. Next pitch, inside corner, a called strike. So the count on Peyton Bagley evens up at 1-1. Runner at first, nobody out. Top of the 4th, Midland leads Dakota Wesleyan 1-0. The 1-1. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Count out 1 ball and 2 strikes. Tell you what, Alyssa Burke gets a big jump off first base and almost enticing Amanda Schmatter to throw back behind to try to get her caught off the bag. Next pitch, inside for a ball. Count evens on Bagley. 2 balls and 2 strikes. More and more fans meander their way up to Chaplin Field here to take this in. Should have a good crowd, specifically for Game 2 after everybody starts to get off work for the weekend. 2-2 is foul back. Count stays 2 balls and 2 strikes. Just to our right, looks like one of the high school baseball teams. I think it's Fremont High. Getting ready to take on, might be Lincoln Southwest. I can't tell if it's a reserve or a JV game. 2-2 here to Peyton Bagley. Next pitch. That's high. It's the count full here on Peyton Bagley, 3-2. Tigers looking for another base runner here, and try to threaten the Warriors. Rincon ready to work one more time. 3-2 on the way. Swung on and fouled straight back. Burke was off and going on that one as well. She retreats to first. It's the count full here on Peyton Bagley. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Rincon's next pitch on the way. Called, strike 3. Bagley could not pull the trigger at the one that was just under the letters over the heart of the plate. The 5th strikeout of the contest now for Aaliyah Rincon. And there's one down here in the top of the 4th. That'll bring to the plate now third baseman Nora Nelson. Nelson struck out swinging her first time. First pitch here, popped up right side, might be playable for Floro, and she makes the catch for out number 2. So Nelson pops up, and 2 down as Burke still over at first base. So here's the designated player, number 19, Haley Kiefer. Kiefer 0 for 1. She struck out looking versus Rincon in the second. The pitch. She swings and fouls it right back. No balls, 1 strike to Haley Kiefer. You look at the race in the GPAC right now, and you talk about the 2 teams that are nationally ranked, Northwestern and Midland. Here's the 0-1. Swung on and fouled to the right. If you were to look ahead, and broadcasters do this, coaches won't, or say they don't. You look at the GPAC postseason tournament, if it's Northwestern and Midland 1 and 2, Midland would host a 4-team quad, or pod, Northwestern another, if we get to that point. This pitch is popped up right side, and this will be out of play. Oh, I beg your pardon, up against the fence. It's caught. I thought it was going to end up on the top of the dugout, but it came down right in front of the dugout, and Floro made the catch for the final out of the inning, so I beg your pardon. That'll do it for Dakota Wesleyan here in the 4th. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 runner left on base. Midway through this contest, the Warriors lead it 1-0. This is MidlandAthletics.com and BSDN Live. We go to the bottom of the 4th inning. The Midland Warriors lead the Dakota Wesleyan Tigers 1-0. And the first 3 batters for Midland will be Maddie Reiling, Mia Orduña, and Hallie Meyer against Kirsten Kirchhoff. Kirchhoff in 3 innings has given up 1 run off 3 hits. She has struck out 2. And she has walked 1 batter. So here's Reiling, 0 for 1, struck out swinging her first time. She swings at this pitch and lofts it in the air toward left. Over to her right, underneath of it, reaching up and making the catch is Peyton Bagley for round number 1.
The second baseman,
So Reiling flies out for the first out here in the bottom of the 4th. That'll bring up second baseman number 14, Mia Orduña. Orduña 1 for 1. She singled in the second inning. Kirsten Kirchhoff brings the pitch home. Misses down low. 1 ball and no strikes to Orduña. Game 2 of the doubleheader will get underway about 25 minutes after game 1 concludes. Comes the 1-0 pitch to Orduña. And it's grounded foul on the third base side. And counts even now, 1 ball and 1 strike. 1-1 on Mia Orduña. Midland ranked 13th in the country. Northwestern is ranked 11th. Next pitch is off speed, and that floats on the outside corner for a strike. Nicely placed by Kirchhoff. Today, Midland powerlifting team is in day 2 of the Collegiate Nationals. It's taking place in Atlanta, Georgia. And the Warrior track and field team is at the Jim Duncan Invitational in Des Moines, Iowa today. Here's the 1-2. Swung on and popped up off the end of the bat along the infield. Gomez at second. She's going to make the catch, looking up into the sun for the second out of the inning.
Right fielder,
so a 2 down. Brings up right fielder, number 31, Hallie Meyer. Meyer was able to scoot around the bases in the second inning. She reached on a fielder's choice, stole second, stole third, and then on Ariana Crafton's ground ball to second base that was booted, Meyer scored. She takes a pitch here on the outside corner for a strike. 0-1 to Meyer. Tomorrow, powerlifting will be in day 3 of 4 at the Collegiate Nationals in Atlanta, Georgia. Midland Shotgun Sports Team has a shoot tomorrow. They're in Grand Island at the Concordia Invitational. The 0-1. That's down low. Counts even at 1 ball and 1 strike. Midland Baseball Team plays a doubleheader tomorrow in Sioux City. They take on Briar Cliff and the Chargers. 1 ball and 1 strike here to Meyer. Next pitch misses outside, and so the count now 2-1. Our 2 broadcasts tomorrow are at 1 o'clock. Flag football taking on Cotty College at Heatham Field. I'll be here for Midland softball against Jamestown here at Chaplin Field at 1 o'clock tomorrow. Then the Midland women's tennis team plays at Creighton against the Blue Jays tomorrow at 1 o'clock. 2-1 pitch, and that is going to be pulled foul. The count evens up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Sunday, the powerlifting team wraps up the Collegiate Nationals in Atlanta. Midland baseball team stays on the road, but after going up north tomorrow, they go south on Sunday. They'll play at Crete against Doane in a 1 o'clock doubleheader. And then men's lacrosse is at Missouri Valley against the Vikings in Marshall, Missouri, 4 o'clock on Sunday. 2-2 pitch to Meyer, high and outside. The count now full at 3-2. Midland softball getting Sunday off, and then they play a doubleheader at Dort Monday at 4 o'clock in Sioux Center. Women's golf also in action Monday morning at the Doane Invite in Lincoln. This ball pulled foul, and count stays full. Tuesday next week, women's golf is in day 2 of that Doane Invite in Lincoln. Then the men's tennis team plays at Concordia in Seward Tuesday afternoon. The women's tennis team plays at Concordia in Seward Wednesday afternoon at 1 o'clock. And then Thursday, the men's bowling team begins competition in the USBC ITC Nationals in Jeffersontown, Kentucky. 3-2. Swung on and hit in the air toward left. Coming in, reaching up, and making the catch is Peyton Bagley for the final out of the inning.
No runs, no hits,
So
no
Meyer
errors.
flies out to left field, and the Warriors are retired in order in the 4th, 3 up and 3 down. We go to the 5th with Midland leading 1-0 on MidlandAthletics.com and BSDN Live. Four innings complete. We'll go to the top of the 5th. 1-0 Midland with the lead over Dakota Wesleyan in game 1 of this doubleheader this afternoon. The Tigers will bring to the plate their 6, 7, and 8 batters. It'll be Brianna Dawson, Jaden Warner, and Monique Gomez. Dawson's 0 for 1. She popped up to second base her first time around. So Aaliyah Rincon going back to work here in the 5th. First pitch, check swing on one high, but she goes around for strike 1. Rincon has given up 1 hit, and that was a leadoff infield single by Alyssa Burke in the 4th. Rincon struck out 5. The 0-1. Called strike inside corner at the knees. It's now 0-2. No balls and 2 strikes on Brianna Dawson. 0-2 on the way now. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Changing the eye level was Rincon, and Dawson chased it. And that is the 6th strikeout of the contest for the Warrior senior.
Baseman, number 5, Warner.
1 down now for first baseman Jaden Warner. Warner popped up, to Rincon into the top of the second. First pitch. Swung on, hit in the air toward right, coming in, and it falls underneath the glove of the right fielder, Meyer. Backed up by Pry. Throw to second, not in time. That's going to be a one-out double. Jaden Warner with the first extra base hit of the ball game. Hit it off the end of the bat. Meyer came on to try to make a play on it, but came up a little bit short. It bounced and went underneath of her glove, and Pry had to hustle to get on over and back up her teammate. And Dawson is in scoring position with one down for the Tigers. So here's second baseman Monique Gomez, and she'll take a pitch on the inside corner at the knees for a strike. 0-1 to Gomez, who struck out looking her first time. That was in the third. We're in the top of the fifth, 1-0 Midland, but Dakota Wesleyan has a runner in scoring position. The pitch, swung on and foul back. It's the count 0-2. No balls and 2 strikes on Gomez. Reagan Grossi, the catcher, will be next. Rincon ready. Next pitch on the way. High, and Schmatter has to reach up to snare it to keep it from going to the backstop. 1 ball and 2 strikes on the 8-hole hitter for Dakota Wesleyan. Rincon ready. The 1-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Aaliyah Rincon gets another strikeout. She's got 7 now. And there are 2 down here in the 5th.
Number 13, Reagan Grossi.
So here's the catcher, Reagan Grossi. Grossi popped up to Ronnie Foote over at third base in the 3rd inning. First pitch to Grossi. High, ball 1. Tigers would like to extend the inning and get McKinley Mole to come to the plate. She's in the on-deck circle and is at the top of the order. 1-0 here on Grossi. Next pitch. Tapped left of the circle, and it's played by Riley. Quickly to first, and it's in time to retire the side. So the Tigers get a 1-out double, but strand that runner at second base. No runs, 1 hit with no errors, and 1 runner left. We'll go to the bottom of the 5th. Still a 1-0 Midland lead on MidlandAthletics.com and BSDN Live. Back at Chaplain Field, we go to the bottom of the 5th inning. It remains a 1-0 Midland University lead. The Warriors will see if they can't add to that 1-run cushion with their 9-1-2 batters here in the 5th. Ariana Crafton, Emily Pry, and Reese Floro against Kirsten Kirchel. Kirchel through 4 innings has given up 1 run off of 3 hits. She struck out 2. Here's Crafton, 0 for 1. First pitch. Swings and hits it high in the air toward left. We got a little tail to it, and it's over in foul territory. It's going to be caught. Making the catch was Peyton Bagley. She chased it down for the first out here in the 5th inning. 1 pitch, 1 out for Kirchel and the Tigers. And here's Emily Pry coming to the plate for the 3rd time. Pry 1 for 3. Reached on an infield single in the 1st, and then she bounced back to the pitcher in the 2nd. First pitch to Pry. She shows bunt and takes a called strike in the outside corner. No balls, 1 strike to Emily Pry. Reese Floro awaits on deck. Midland up 1-0. The Warriors scored an unearned run in the bottom of the 2nd inning when Hallie Meyer scored A ground ball by Ariana Crafton that was bobbled by the second baseman. This pitch misses, and the count evens now 1-1 to Pry. Pry, that slap hitter, she makes good contact into the gaps. Boy, she can really run. The pitch. She swings at this one, and it's going to be caught at first base. Leaning to her right and able to fall to the right and make the catch was Jaden Warner for out number 2, and that took away maybe an extra base hit for Pry. So 2 down. That brings up first baseman Reese Floro. Floro's 0 for 2. Reached on a fielder's choice in the first inning, stole second and got stranded at third. And she struck out looking in the third inning. Pitch to Floro. It's off the corner for a ball, 1-0. 4 doubleheaders in GPAC softball going underway right now. One just about to get underway as well. We'll check the GPAC scoreboard for you. 1 strike here on Reese Floro. She swings and pulls this one over the head of the leaping Warner at first for a base hit. Floro around first base will hold up right there with a 2-out single. So Reese Floro singles to right. 4th hit of the ball game for the Warriors.
The third baseman, number 32.
It's going to bring up Ronnie Foote. Bottom of the 5th inning in Omaha, Briarcliff leads College of St. Mary 4-0. Top of the 5th inning in Crete, Northwestern on top of Doane 3-1. Bottom of the 5th in Sioux City, Morningside leads Mount Marty 4-3. And Dorton Hastings just beginning their doubleheader there in the top of the 1st in Hastings. Pitch to Ronnie Foote. She swings and pulls it into left field, and it is going to be a top spin liner that is caught by Peyton Bagley for the final out of the inning. Foote hit it on the nose, but right at the left fielder, and that's going to do it for Midland in the 5th. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 runner left. We're through 5. It's still 1-0 Midland on MidlandAthletics.com and BSDN Live. Back at Chaplain Field at the Schilke Complex in Fremont, Nebraska. Rich Ray on MidlandAthletics.com and BSDN Live. Shutdown ending needed here by Midland and Ariana and Aaliyah Rincon, that is. As the Warriors lead Dakota Wesleyan 1-0. We go to the 6th. It'll be the top of the order for the Tigers now. McKinley Mole, Alyssa Burke, and Peyton Bagley. 3rd time they get to face Aaliyah Rincon, who's given up 2 hits over 5 innings, and she has struck out 7. First pitch to Mole, popped in the air, right side, out of play. No balls and 1 strike to Mole. Mole began the game by drawing a walk and then got forced out at second base on Alyssa Burke's fielder's choice. And then Mole popped up to Riley at short, ending the top of the 3rd. The 0-1. Swung on, popped up in the air, right side, out of play, up on top of the press box. And the count on Mole now is no balls and 2 strikes. 0-2 on McKinley Mole. Next pitch, swung on and foul back. So the count stays 0-2. Pitch, popped up left side. And catch is made over at third base by Ronnie Foote. So Mole pops up. That's the first out here in the top of the 6th inning. 1 down. That'll bring to the plate now the center fielder, number 21, Alyssa Burke. Burke is 1 for 2. Reached on a fielder's choice in the 1st inning. She's singled in the 4th. Here's a pitch, down low for a ball. 1 ball and 2 strikes here on Burke. 1 out, nobody on here in the top of the 6th. Next pitch, swing and a miss. Count evens up now at 1-1. Lone run in this one came in the 2nd. Midland scored on an unearned run. Hallie Meyer scored on a grounder by Crafton. 1-1. That just fell right out of the hands of Crafton. It will be called a ball. So it's now 2 balls and a strike. 2-1 here on Burke. Next pitch. Swing and a miss. Burke was out in front. It's 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes on the Tiger center fielder. Next pitch on the way. And Burke swings and misses, strike 3. She chases one. Another strikeout for Rincon. That is her 8th. And there are 2 down here in the 6th. So that'll bring the left fielder, Peyton Bagley, to the plate. Bagley 0 for 2. She has struck out twice. Swinging in the first inning, looking in the 4th. Rincon brings it home. Swung on, popped up, foul ball to our right. And out of play. The count now 0-1. That ball not only was on the press box, it ends up in the gutter up above us. Here's the 0-1. Swung on and popped to the right side, out of play. The count now no balls and 2 strikes. 0-2 the count on Peyton Bagley, the left fielder. Got to chase down some more softballs here. Rincon ready to go back to work. Up 0-2 on Peyton Bagley with 2 down here in the 6th. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 3. Rincon gets 2 strikeouts at the inning. She's got 9, and she retires the Tigers in order in the 6th, 3 up and 3 down. We go to the bottom of the 6th inning. Still 1-0 Midland on MidlandAthletics.com and BSDN Live. Back at Chaplain Field at the Schilke Complex. Rich Ray on MidlandAthletics.com and BSDN Live. We go to the bottom of the 6th. Still a 1-0 Midland lead. Warriors would like to get a little cushion here for Aaliyah Rincon in the 7th. It'll be the 4, 5, and 6 batters coming to the plate. Amanda Schmatter, Asia Henderson, and Maddie Ryland against Kirsten Kirchhoff. Kirchhoff's scattered 4 hits, giving up an unearned run, and she has struck out 2. So here's Schmatter 0 for 2 with a fly out to center, and she has bounced back to the pitcher. First pitch here, in there for a called strike. 0-1 to Amanda Schmatter. Kirchhoff coming in 7-9 on the season. And she's done a nice job with her control today. Statistically, it looked like it could have been an issue coming in because she had 47 strikeouts, 47 walks. The 0-1 here is hit high in the air, center field, back by the fence, and just shy of it, and able to stop and make the catch is Alyssa Burke for out number 1. So Burke did a nice job going back and reaching for the fence, never really had to make contact with it. And Schmatter came up just a hair shy from knocking it out of the ballpark. So there's 1 down here in the bottom of the 6th, and brings to the plate the designated player, number 23, Asia Henderson. Henderson 0 for 2. She's popped up to the pitcher, and she is grounded out to short. First pitch to Henderson. She swings and fouls this one back. Just shy at the backstop. Foul ball, no balls and a strike. Good hustle by Reagan Grossi trying to get to the ball. That was right off the hands of Henderson and never did really make it to the backstop netting. 1 strike to count here on Asia Henderson. 1 out, nobody on, bottom of the 6th. 1-0 the Warriors. 0-1 pitch now. Off speed, swung on it, popped up. Coming in is Gomez at second, and she'll make the catch behind the pitching circle for round number 2. So 2 down now for shortstop Maddie Riley. Riley is 0 for 2. She struck out swinging, and she's flown out to left. So Riley will try to get Midland a base runner. First pitch, Riley swings and fouls it off to the right on the pitch that was in on her hands. No balls and 1 strike to Maddie Riley. If she gets aboard, we'll see Mia Orduña next. The Tigers bat in the 7th inning. It'll be 4, 5, and 6 in the order. Nelson, Kiefer, and Dawson. Here's the 0-1. Swung on, hit in the air, left center. Bagley to her left is underneath of it, and she'll make the catch for the final out of the inning. So Midland retired in order in the 6th. So last chance for Dakota Wesleyan. We go to the top of the 7th. Midland leads it 1-0. Back in a moment on MidlandAthletics.com and BSDN Live. Welcome back to Chaplain Field in Fremont. Rich Ray on MidlandAthletics.com and BSDN Live. We'll go to the top of the 7th. 1-0 Midland with the lead. The Tigers will have their 4, 5, and 6 batters coming to the plate. Nora Nelson, Haley Kiefer, and Brianna Dawson as Aaliyah Rincon trying to get a complete game shutout. Rincon's got 17 complete games on the air and 5 shutouts. And she will go back to work. Here's Nelson 0 for 2. Tigers have 2 hits today. Rincon's first pitch to Nelson in their first strike. Actually, we got a pinch hitter, beg your pardon. Next pitch, swung on a missed. This is Kaylee Mathieson, who's down 0-2. Mathieson is a junior from Bennington, Nebraska, and a transfer from Independence Community College. Next pitch, called strike 3. So Mathieson caught looking, and that's 10 strikeouts now for Aaliyah Rincon and 1 down in the 7th.
Number 19, pinch hitting is number 6, Jordan Blog.
So Mathieson strikes out. Pinch hitter here, Jordan Blog. First pitch is fouled back. Blog, a sophomore from Sioux Falls Roosevelt High School. Blog batting .206 in the season. She's got a homer and 5 runs batted in. This pitch is tapped foul offside. So Rincon is ahead, no balls and 2 strikes. 0-2 on Jordan Blog. Not a lot of offense in this one today. Midland with 3 hits, or 4, I beg your pardon. Dakota Wesleyan with 2. There's a pitch, misses down and in. 1 ball and 2 strikes, and the lone run that scored came in the 2nd on an error. 1 ball and 2 strikes on Jordan Blog. Next pitch, swing and a miss, strike 3. Blog chased one, and Rincon with her 11th strikeout, 4th in a row, and now the Tigers are down to their final out.
Pinch hitting will be number 23, Macy.
We're going to see Macy Moore come to the plate now for the Tigers in a pinch hitting role. Moore, freshman from Holbrook, Arizona, swings to the first pitch and fouls it off to the right. No balls and 1 strike to Macy Moore. Moore's batting .340 on the year, 2 homers, 8 runs batted in. No balls, 1 strike. Next pitch, Moore lays off at 1 high. The count evens up now at 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike on Macy Moore. If she gets aboard, then Jaden Warner would be next. Rincon's 1-1. Swing and a miss. Strike two, and now the Tigers are down to their final strike. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Macy Moore. Rincon toes the rubber. She looks into a man Schmatter. Here comes the 1-2 pitch. Swung on and foul back, so we'll do it again. Count stays at 1-2. Not a lot of juice, not a lot of energy in this first game here today. 1-2 the count. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3 to end the ball game. 12 strikeouts for Aaliyah Rincon, striking out the last 5 batters that she faced. And Aaliyah Rincon gets a complete game shutout as Midland defeats Dakota Wesleyan by the final score of 1-0. So Midland now improves its overall record to 30-4 on the year, 9-0 in the GPAC. Dakota Wesleyan falls to 13-21 and 2-9 in the league. Midland wins it by the final score of 1-0. Back with the final totals when we return on MidlandAthletics.com and BSDN Live. Welcome back to Chaplain Field, where the Midland Warriors take game 1 of this doubleheader over Dakota Wesleyan today by the final score of 1-0. Quick game that lasted just an hour 21, and Midland was able to score an unearned run in the bottom of the second inning for the game's lone run. The Warriors had 1 run off of 4 hits, committed no errors, and stranded a total of 5 base runners. Aaliyah Rincon picks up the victory in the circle. She's now 18-3 on the season. Rincon, when all 7 innings, gave up 2 hits, no runs, walked 1, and struck out 12. Dakota Wesleyan, no runs off 2 hits, commit 1 error, and strand 3 base runners. Starting pitcher Kirsten Kirchel falls to 7-10 on the season with a loss. She worked 6 innings, giving up 4 hits, 1 unearned run, didn't walk a batter, and she ended up striking out 2. Actually, she walked 1 batter, I beg your pardon, and struck out 2. The lone run came in the bottom of the second when Mia Orduña reached on a 1-out single, and then Haley Meyer then reached on a fielder's choice, stole second, then stole third, and then with 2 down, Ariana Crafton hit a bouncing ball to second base that Gomez could not field cleanly, and it scored Meyer from third base, and that's all that was needed in this one. Midland ended up winning it by a final of 1-0. So the Warriors are now 30-4, 9-0 in conference play. Dakota Wesleyan falls to 13-21 and 2-9 in the league. Game 2 between Midland and Dakota Wesleyan coming up in about 25 minutes. We'll join you then. Final score of this one, Midland 1, Dakota Wesleyan 0. This is Midland Softball on MidlandAthletics.com and BSDN Live.